Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the Sing Confidently, Live Creatively podcast. Estelle here. Today, I'm going to share with you a tip, a tool, a technique that you can use if you want to build a little bit more ease when you're singing in your lower register, in your chest voice, the lower part of your voice. If you want more ease, if you want a stronger sound, but still, again, more ease, not tension, not tightness, not it feeling too hard to get down there and to get the sound out, then this is something to think about. This is something that might help your voice. Now, remember, I don't know your voice, right? I'm not hearing you sing. So, just a quick note, quick disclaimer that you got to adjust all these tips, exercises, etc., that you hear online and that I give you to your voice, and know that your voice is unique and special, and working with the teacher, working with the coach, being able to work with like on your own is a great way to make sure that you are doing what works for your own voice. And quick disclaimer, but you guys already know, like, the voice is unique, everyone's voice is unique. There are some things that are helpful for many voices, and that's what I'm going to share, that one thing that can be helpful for you to sing with your in your chest voice with more ease. Okay, now before I get into it, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm currently recording this ahead of time because I'm gonna be in New York in July, just working on some classes in person for my master's program in music and music education at Columbia. And so I'm really excited to go. I'm not there right now, but I'm getting ready to go, and I'm getting some episodes here for you ready to go. But if you guys want any other episodes that you're not hearing so far, some of them might be coming because I could have already recorded some that you're like hoping to hear, or I'm about to be recording more that you're hoping to hear, but some of them just aren't made yet because I haven't heard from you. So I'd love to hear from you if you're like, Estelle, you haven't talked about this topic when it comes to singing, or this topic when it comes to confidence on stage, or this topic when it comes to being a performing artist, or this topic when it comes to creativity. I would love to hear from you. You guys can come over to my Facebook community. It's free at creativelybyestelle.com/slash community, creativelybyestelle.com/community. And if you can hear like a little jingling, that's this. I have a charm on my ring, like a heart charm on my ring, and that is jingling a little bit. So if you hear that, it's not Tinkerbell, it's just my heart charm. Anyway, I would love to hang out with you in the community, the free community. And I would love to also hear from you guys. What are topics that you would like to hear? So you can go to creativelybyestelle.com/community. Again, creativelybyestelle.com/community. It's free. And you can post your questions in there. You can post your ideas. You can post like insights, updates. Like, just let us know what's going on. Let's connect over there. Let's all meet each other and be like, hey, like, we're all trying to figure out this singing thing as adults. We're all trying to figure out how to have a more creative life as adults. Like, go over there and join, and like, let's hang out over there. I'd love to meet up with you guys and talk with you and answer your questions over there. So yeah, and if you're really not a Facebook person and you don't want to do that, you can always DM me or email me as well. All the information is in the show notes as always, or on my website. But other than that, let's meet up in the community. Okay, so let's get into this tip that I believe, it's not even a tip, it's really a technique, and it's a skill that is really helpful if you want to sing in your chest voice with more ease, get more volume, get more power, and also like not be straining or like feel like it's really, really hard. And that skill, that technique to develop is called forward resonance or forward placement. And this is simply it's simply describing where you place your voice. So we sing from our vocal folds, which are located in our larynx, which is in our throat. So if you touch like the middle of your throat with two fingers, you can touch the middle of your throat and swallow. You can feel something moving up and down, hopefully, right? That is your larynx. It moves. Actually, I was like, let me double check that I could feel it. I had to double check. Okay, but yeah, I could feel it. Hopefully you could feel yours there when you swallowed. So that is your larynx moving, and that is where your vocal folds are, right? So as you sing or speak, as you phonate, create sound, it travels up through your larynx, through your throat, into the back of your mouth, right? And then out. That's how we sing. But the thing is, we can actually direct where the sound is. We can direct where the vibration, right, of the pitch that we're singing, where that is in our mouth, right? We can direct it to stay a little bit further back in the back of our mouth or even our throat. So if you sing la, right? If we're just going to sing la on this note, I'm going to choose a random note. It has been chosen. There we go. La. Okay, so if I sing that in the back of my throat, I'm directing that to be back in the back of my throat. I'm going to go la. Sounds nice and deep, right? Very deep, very backwards is kind of the way to describe it, because I'm pushing my tongue back a little bit as well. La. My tongue is a little bit backwards, and that's helping me keep the pitch, keeping the sound a little bit more resonating more so in the back of my mouth and my throat. However, we can direct where the sound resonates in our vocal tract, in our throat and mouth. We can direct the sound to resonate more towards the front of our mouths by, again, kind of using the tongue, relaxing the tongue a little bit more forward, and directing it literally by just thinking about where we are placing the sound. And so visualizing it kind of helps. Sometimes I think about like placing the sound right in front of me. So I take my hands and I'm like, I'm going to put it right in front of my mouth. This is where the sound is going. So if I'm going to sing la on the same note, instead of la, which is very backwards, I'm going to move it forward. I'm going to go la. And not my tongue, if you were looking at me, you would see that my tongue kind of definitely slid forward. La, and is a little bit more flat, although there's like a little bit of it's a little bit up at the back because I'm saying ah, so it's not completely flat, but the sound is more forward, that forward resonance. So this helps us have more ease in our chest voice specifically, because we don't have to, instead of forcing a lot of volume or feeling like we're singing like too breathy, we can direct the sound more towards the front of our mouth, and this helps us create a clearer tone. Now, you don't always do this as a singer necessarily. It depends on the genre, it depends on the style of singing, the way you want to sing. You don't necessarily have to always sing in forward resonance. However, it's a helpful technique, it's a helpful skill to build for yourself to create a clear tone, especially in your chest voice. Forward resonance affects your tone, it affects your pitch actually, because it can affect like how many overtones you're getting. It can affect how rich and how rich or how bright even your sound is, depending on the vowel shape that you're singing and all the things. But let's not get distracted. The point is that with forward resonance in your chest voice, you can create a clear sound without pushing, without it being too light and airy. That's the other challenge with the chest voice, is because the vocal folds are thicker in the chest voice, there is less airflow. And so you want there to be not too much breathiness down there, unless you're intentionally being breathy because it's a pop song or it's whatever style of song that you want it to be really nice and airy down there, which is totally fine. But you want to have options as a singer. And so if you want to create a stronger sound and not be too breathy down there, then forward resonance is also a technique that will help you to not create such a breathy sound. So a couple things to think about when you are developing the skill in order to sing in your chest voice with forward resonance and with more ease is to try feeling and building awareness of that forward resonance for yourself. So one way to do this is you can hum. You can put your hands like around your mouth area right now. Go ahead and put your hands beside your mouth on either side of your mouth. Or you can put it like on your cheeks. You can put it on your mouth if you want to, and just do like a hum. Can you do a Can you feel that buzz around your lips? Do you feel a vibration there? Do you feel a buzz? Do you feel reverberations of your voice? Right. That is because when we hum or when we do that sound, we have a lot of forward resonance. The sound is really directed towards the front of our mouth in order to create that sound, in order to create that, the M or N is also a good one too. So just by trying to hum a little bit before you go into singing in your chest voice, that could be a great way to help you build that awareness of your forward resonance. So if I'm going to sing, ooh. And I'm just singing in my chest voice. I'm just doing some general vocalization down there. And adding the hum in front of it helps me to get into that forward resonance so that when I open up to the notes, I'm already in that placement and it's easier for me to transition to the song that I'm singing. So does that make sense? Try adding in a hum before you sing whatever phrase you're singing in your chest voice. You can also add an M as in Mary, or N as in nickel. I'm trying to think of N as in Nancy. I think that's what I usually say. M as in Mary, N as in Nancy. You can use either one of those as well, because we tend to have forward resonance, at least for English speakers. I know different places, different locations, different languages, or different ways that we that we phonate and whatnot. But for the most part, with English speakers, and at least in the US, we tend to keep the N and the M. We tend to feel a buzz. We tend to speak with forward resonance when we use those consonants, when we phonate on those consonants. So the M, and the N, help us to feel that forward resonance. So you can do that in front of a phrase that you're singing in your chest voice. Again, to help you build that awareness so that you can feel more confident and more comfortable singing in your chest voice. And then last thing that you can think about is when we speak, also, when we speak in like a clear, strong voice, if you're trying to speak in a nice, strong voice, you tend to speak with more forward resonance. So if you're singing a phrase like Amazing Grace, I always choose that one because I'm like, I don't know what else to choose. But if you're singing that and you're like, okay, it's pretty low, it's sounding kind of airy, why don't you try speaking it in a really clear, strong voice? Amazing Grace. Can you say that with me? Amazing Grace. Say it one more time with me. Amazing Grace. Did you hear how when you speak in a clear, strong voice, you tend to have that really clear sound, right? You have that forward resonance. You could feel the buzz in the front of your mouth. So now transition that to it on notes in your lower register, in your chest voice. Amazing Grace, right? You can hear that forward resonance that I used in my speech. Now I used it in my singing. And so that's a great way to also help you build that awareness and build that skill of singing with forward resonance or forward placement as a singer. So I hope that helps you. Those are 3 things to try. Again, try humming, try singing with an M or an N in front of the phrase, and then try speaking the phrase with a clear, strong speaking voice, and then go ahead and sing it and see if that helps you with building forward resonance. See if you're able to feel that buzz towards the front of your mouth, if you're able to direct your sound out towards the front of your mouth a little bit more so that you can sing with less forcing, less tension. There's no tension there. You're just directing the sound forward. You're just being more intentional with how you're singing, with where your pitch is going when you sing. And so it's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool way to increase your volume, decrease breathiness and create a clear tone with nice overtones, really nice pitch without like having to push or feel like you're adding more air pressure necessarily. And so you're really just focused on changing the direction of the pitch inside your vocal tract, which is really cool. So work on developing your forward resonance. If you are struggling with this, you know I got you guys. Come and grab a lesson. I'd be happy to help you and hear where you are in your voice, like what is actually happening when you're singing in your chest voice. If you are really breathy down there and you're still not sure why, then I'd love to work with you so I can hear you and be able to kind of address that and maybe tweak some things for you, give you some exercises to try. And we can do that, all of that in a lesson. You can go to creativelybyestelle.com/studio if you'd like to book a lesson. creativelybyestelle.com/studio. I still have spots for the summer. This is coming out in July, but I should still have some spots available. The schedule will change in July, but we'll see. So go ahead and see if you can find something. If for any reason you're like, none of these dates work for me, Estelle, just email me at hello@creativelybyestelle.com and let's see if we can work something out, because I'd love to at least try to fit in a lesson with you before the end of the summer, because the summer sale is still going on all summer long. So take advantage of the price, take advantage of whatever, just this opportunity that you have to work with a teacher who is really here for you and really here to help you to feel your best when you're singing and feel confident when you're singing, and also like get to do the things that you want to do as a singer. Like if you want to hit those notes down there, I want to help you get to that goal. So again, creativelybyestelle.com/studio. Otherwise, come to the community. Let's hang out there. Let's chat. Ask me your questions. And I'm here for you. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope that this episode really helped you and that you're able to apply it. Make sure that you go and sing something in your chest voice and try one of these tools that I gave you, whether humming or singing with the M or N or speaking it before you go to singing, and see if that helps you with building your forward resonance. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the Performing Arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.